I've just got the email saying I'm shortlisted for the Ninja Warrior UK, so that means that I potentially will be doing the course, and I am pretty excited about it. Ninja Warrior is an obstacle course game show on primetime television in the UK. I'd never done anything like this before, so I started recording my journey. And it all started at the audition, but no cameras were allowed at the audition, so we jump a couple of days later when I first received the email. I had a really good audition at a CrossFit gym. Basically, I didn't think I would do that well. Who knows, maybe this could be the start of something, but we'll see. 1 week passed and I tried not to think about Ninja Warrior. And then one day I was going to my girlfriend's and I got a phone call. I've just got a phone call confirming me on the show. So I am gonna be on the first heat of the show, and I just don't know, I'm just a bit kind of shocked by it. I didn't really think that this would have gotten to this stage. I only had 2 weeks to train. That's no time to make a big difference in performance, but I needed to try some different types of movements and techniques to give me some help for the course. The obstacles in Ninja Warrior require a lot of dynamic movements and core strength. There was a ninja gym in Essex that was great to test out some obstacles. I'm midway through my training now, and today is the first day I'm feeling pretty worn out and knackered and just ground down. I'm feeling a bit irritable and agitated because I've been pushing it too hard for the last week or so. It's amazing how much energy you can muster out of nowhere. Usually I just wake up and feel a bit achy or a bit tired and just think, no, I won't go train today. But I am working off a good base level of fitness. I've always maintained activity, like in some capacity, pretty much like my entire life. So I'm not so far on the back foot, but I certainly am not at the level I need to be to do really well in Ninja Warrior. I'm just hoping I can get through to the semis. That's my goal for this, is to make it through the heats and get through to the semis. Second week of training and I was hitting it with as much intensity as possible and trying as many new movements and exercises as I could, hoping to shock my body into some adaptation for what was to come. Right, today is the big day. It's time to head up to Manchester. So I'm really nervous and I'm just really hoping I don't mess up. I don't know what to expect at all. I've just got one shot at not ruining it. I've arrived in Manchester, heading towards the convention centre, which is where the filming's taking place, and still feeling nervous. There's the Central Complex, the arena that we're going to be filming in today. Feeling okay, to be honest, but I just have doubts, you know, those deep, deep doubts like that I don't want to manifest. So worried about slipping means I might slip, you know. But I just got to stay calm, stay cool with it, and do my best. I have to hand my phone over because they don't want anyone filming, posting to social media. So I'm going to be on a blackout for the next, I don't know, like 10 hours or something, or 8 hours. I've got no reference, nothing to go on about how this works. So find everything out, give it my best shot. Don't be an idiot like I was the other week where I was at the Ultimate Ninja Gym just doing some training and I just slipped, just did this tiny slip, and it's got to me. It's got in the back of my head like a little worm burrowing away, like worrying that I'm going to do something really silly like that again. But I'm excited at least. You know, it's one of those things you only get to do once, so let's give it my best shot. It turned out we were allowed to keep hold of our phones and we were allowed to take pictures and videos, but we just couldn't share them. So I got a chance to film the backstage area. It was basic but well stocked with snacks and fridges full of food. There was also gym equipment to warm up with. Soon the running order for the competitors got posted on the wall and we found out when we'd run the course. My run was at the end of the day. Then we would talk through the obstacles we'd be tackling, and then we were given diagrams of the obstacles. Outside, the crowds began to gather as it got closer to kickoff time. The day was intense. A lot of nothing happened for a long time, and then everything happened all at once. There were a lot of people mingling about, trying to suss each other out or give advice. I just kept kind of quiet. Across the week, 250 people will attempt the course. These people got here on different merits. Some had interesting stories, some were fun, and some were capable. What they filmed during the heats makes great filler as huge amounts of people fail on the course.
Tom Reader here is an adventure vlogger. He won't be daunted by skyhooks.
I'll show him what you can do.
He's got his eyes on the wall.
And he has
Lovely
indeed.
stuff from Tom Reader. He scaled Mount Kilimanjaro. Surely he'll make it up the wall.
Come on, Tom, beat the wall. Listen to the crowd.
Can he find a place in the
Easy coming
semi-final?
up to see you, Ben.
Of course he can. Tom impressively rose to the Ninja Challenge.
Okay, so I got through. I am super excited. It was so much easier than I anticipated, but adding all that pressure and audience and, you know, fire and everything to it was heart thumping. Haven't actually thought about the next steps from here, but yeah, basically I'm just saying I'm stoked, I'm amped, this is amazing. I'm looking forward to next week. I don't know what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna sleep. This has just taken up my whole life. The next day I woke up and I was destroyed, totally drained of energy. It was like I'd used up all my adrenaline across the ninja day and my mind and body was just depleted. The following few days before I had to return for the semi-finals were stressful. My mind was messy, wondering what I should be doing. Am I feeling strong enough? Can I make it through the next stage of the competition and onto the final? But 4 days later, I was back in Manchester at a hotel the night before the semi-finals. I am super nervous, as you can imagine. Over the last week, it's been a case of trying not to exert myself whatsoever. It's been about just active recovery, resting, and really working on my mind zone stuff. And what I mean by that is doing meditating. And I know that sounds a bit cliche, a bit hipster, but what you're dealing with out there is so new and so different, being under this situation, these different distractions. What I need is to just focus on what I need to do tomorrow. Well, I'm back here again. I can tell you what, I'm so f***ing over it. I'm feeling so anxious, waiting for today to be over and done with. But yeah, I'm gonna go in and hopefully just let the nerves settle and see how far I get. The day felt a lot different than the first time, although it followed the same process. Meet, briefing, obstacle demonstration, then wait for your run. There was a shared nervousness amongst the competitors, but I wasn't feeling as good as I had the week before. The heats were fun, but they got me excited for the real challenge. I didn't film anything on this day because I wanted to focus on what was ahead of me and not distract myself. And then, in an instant, it was all over.
Can the next hopeful beat that time? It's 31-year-old Tom Reader. He's a digital content producer, Cammy.
I have no idea what that is, Ben.
He creates videos for YouTube, Cam. I don't suppose you know what that is either.
I do know, Ben. It's the future, just like my moustache.
For the last week, I've just not been sleeping. My whole mind is just buzzing with today, so I'm pretty anxious.
After a tidy start, there's our digital content creator.
Yeah.
The only content he needs to worry about is what's in the water tanks. Stay low under the UFO.
Keep his head clear of that UFO. Just about, Ben. You need to get a move on, Tom.
Very
It's slow. Ah! Too slow.
Well, Tom Reader has just starred in his very own funny viral video. Nice one, Tom.
It's just buzzing.
Slow. Ah!
This has been everything for the last week.
Too slow.
Really destroying.
Slow. Ah!
Yeah, very funny.
Right, that's me done, and I fell in. Totally gutted. I slipped on an obstacle called the Broken Bridge, a 5-meter long run over foam stepping stones hanging from bungee cords. They were offset and bouncy. It wasn't a difficult obstacle. A lot of the meditation I'd been doing was about staying focused and calming those inner doubtful voices. I wondered if I'd somehow sabotaged myself on some deep level. I'd just like to have fallen on something much more difficult. On the train back to London, I had a lot of time to think about the last few weeks, and I was pleased with the whole experience. It wasn't something you could train for. The audience, the noises, the workings of making a TV show. But I think if I was to do it again, I'd be much more prepared. Well, thanks for getting to the end of the video. It's been about 7 or 8 months since I did the Ninja Warrior competition, and I still think about falling in that water too often, you know? Need to let it go a little bit, but what can you do? If you've got any questions or comments, stick them in the box below. Hit subscribe and share the video. I am trying to build up this channel. It's been years, it's so slow, so any help or support from you would be amazing.